All right, Nick, as we grow ever closer to the 2022 NFL draft, we are going to continue to look at some of the college football's best athletes to come into this draft. Starting off now with Aidan Hutchinson, the defensive end, edge rusher out of the University of Michigan. Just an absolute dynamic athlete coming off that edge. And he reminds us of some of the most incredible athletes that the NFL has to offer already, and he hasn't even been drafted yet. But why don't we take a look at what Aidan Hutchinson has to offer physically? Standing at 6'6", weighing in at 261 pounds, we have Aidan Hutchinson as the PFF ranked #1 edge rusher in all of the 2022 NFL draft. His pro comparison, Nick, for you is Maxx Crosby. For me, it's more a little bit Joey Bosa. I know he's a little shorter than Joey and he's a little bit heavier, but overall he's got the same complexity to his game. For his career stats, 4 years playing this game at the University of Michigan, which is an incredible feat. Michigan doesn't usually have 4-year starters, so great job on him. 36 games in those 4 years, 156 total tackles, 27 and a half tackles for loss with 17 and a half sacks, 10 passes defended, and 5 forced fumbles. Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit about Aidan Hutchinson?
Yeah, this dude is an incredible athlete with a ton of strengths, but two key strengths to pinpoint. He's an excellent pursuit defender with consistent pressure. Just like Maxx Crosby, this guy is constantly going to be getting in the quarterback's face. Whether he's actually getting to the quarterback or whether it's just a pressure, it'll be there consistently. Expect this guy to make tackles' lives absolute hell. This is going to be a mismatch most weeks. He is just going to be an extremely dominant pass rusher in the NFL. And then he's an elite block shedder with a variety of pass rush moves. He's not just going to bull rush you, he's going to finesse you around you. He has incredible swim move ability. This guy can really do it all. And not every tackle is elite enough where they can take on a guy with this big of a toolbox. So he's going to be able to take advantage of a lot of those one-on-one matchups with tackles, really be able to put them on their back heels and get around them because he has incredible quickness. But he does have some weaknesses, specifically in the run game. He struggles with downhill runners. So when you're looking at Derrick Henry or you're looking at one of these big running backs, Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook, they're going to be tough on him because he does not do well with pressure coming right at him. He's usually the guy on the attack. It's not usually the other way around. And then still in the run game, tackles and guards, when they're pushing forward, he struggles with that. When he's on his back heels, he does not have the ability to regain his positioning and get into position to help stop the run. So he does lack that ability in the run game. You couple that with a guy like Derrick Henry, it's just not going to be Aidan Hutchinson's day. He's going to really struggle. He primarily thrives in the pass rush realm. Expect him to really make his money there, not so much in the run game.
No, I absolutely agree. Watching film on Aidan Hutchinson, he kind of falls away in the run game specifically. I mean, when they run right at him, he can easily get just completely obliterated. He gets dissolved by tackles and guards double teaming him, and he doesn't create any pressure by just going down and creating the monsoon that you want in the middle to break up that run play. He tries to take on the one-on-one defender. He's going to need a lot of coaching at the next level to work on his run defense, but if you're telling me that this guy can get edge pressure in any passing situation, that's something that is key that every team needs. I mean, that is the #2 position you're looking for after a quarterback for your franchise. So Aidan Hutchinson, definitely somebody to watch here. And as we take a look at our potential teams, you'll notice a similarity to our Kayvon Thibodeau video where we talked about the same 4 teams here. Nick, starting off, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at #1, obviously with the first overall pick, but you talk about Derrick Henry as a downhill runner. Well, don't forget, they also have Jonathan Taylor in that division. So 2 downhill runners, not going to be pretty for Aidan Hutchinson if he goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I think you have a much better fit for him coming up.
Absolutely. Number 2, we have the Detroit Lions, which to me is exactly where he's going to be ending up. He may be PFF's #1 ranked edge defender, but in my book, he's number 2, primarily because of that weakness in the run game. In Detroit with Dan Campbell, that would be a perfect system for him. He's still in Michigan where he loves playing. That's where he thrives. To me, this is the perfect marriage between the two, and I can only expect Aidan Hutchinson to really meet his potential in Detroit. I think this is the best team for him.
A Michigan boy born and raised in Plymouth and then going to the University of Michigan, only fitting that he would end up with the Detroit Lions. But next up, we have the Houston Texans. And again, the same problems will persist with the Texans that the Jacksonville Jaguars have. Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, both in that division. Now you're adding James Robinson to the mix if he's not on the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's going to be very difficult in that division if he's not a part of one of those teams getting the help that he needs. So I really don't like the fit with Jacksonville or Houston here. I fully expect that one of these other teams will have to really pick him up.
And for our final potential team, we have the New York Jets with the number 4 overall pick. They got Carl Lawson last year, didn't play a snap due to that torn Achilles in the preseason. Once they get him back, Quinnen Williams in the middle of the field, and you put Aidan Hutchinson on the other side. Robert Saleh did it once with Nick Bosa. He can do it again with Aidan Hutchinson, very similar build, and I think they have the similar ability coming into the NFL. I think Robert Saleh would have a field day with Aidan Hutchinson's talent. This would be a great place for him as well.
Yeah, this would be the ultimate test for Robert Saleh as a head coach, because he was able to work with all of those tools in San Francisco, but now as a head coach, can he replicate it in New York under the brightest lights in the biggest city? It would definitely be a surprise to see Aidan Hutchinson fall to number 4. I fully expect if he's available at number 2 that the Detroit Lions would not let that opportunity go by the wayside, but you never know with today's day and age and all these analytical tools that make GMs overthink draft picks and so on. So definitely something to watch out for. But I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments down below where you want to see Aidan Hutchinson end up. Do you believe that he is better than Kayvon Thibodeaux? Let us know in the comments down below. All right, well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.